Hello once again. Um, I am back and I've got another video for you. I'm going to go over some crochet basics for you guys today. I'm going to go over most common items used for crochet, um, which first and foremost are crochet hooks. I have fairly inexpensive crochet hooks with the rounded head. This is another fairly inexpensive crochet hook. This is probably the most used hook that I use. This is actually a custom crochet hook, another one with the rounded head. I only have one that's got the straight head on it. It's a Susan Bates. You can see it's slightly different in shape, comparatively speaking, to the other one. So there's the crochet hooks. Some of the ones that I use: scissors, and scissors is just any old scissors will do. Stitch markers, which I have several types of stitch markers. I've got the uber fancy ones that clip on. I've got the plastic ones. Now, these ones right here, they break really, really, really easily. They are my most cheap stitch markers. And you can buy those for like, gosh, 100 for like $2. These stitch markers right here are a little bit more. They cost a little bit more, but they last a little bit longer. The polymers they use in these stitch markers allow them to be opened and closed several times, and they do a remarkable job at staying closed so that you can so that you know where to begin. And this usually with amigurumi and working in the round, you'll need stitch markers. For like what I'm going to show you today, you don't need any of this stuff. You just need a crochet hook and yarn, needles, and again, I have all different types of needles. I prefer this one. This is actually my favorite needle to use when weaving in ends. There's also the plastic ones, which are good. They're good. They're bendy, and you can get them into spaces that you wouldn't normally get the metal ones in. I've also got these, which I do believe these are for more like carpets, but I prefer them when I'm doing amigurumi dolls to have at least a curved needle on hand, so that when I'm sewing like arms or legs or even the head on, I've got something that I can actually curve. It's a lot easier to use those when you're making dolls. And another pack of sewing needles, and these are the curved tip, which are also a lot more user-friendly. They just don't bend as well as the plastic ones. These are great for amigurumi and just great for all around, sewing in ends and stuff like that. I got these off of Temu as well for fairly cheap. These are just some of the things that I have, and I did want to mention this right here is a custom crochet hook that I ordered off of Etsy, as I specifically wanted gold flecks in pink for the handle. It detaches and reattaches. I've got several hook sizes for this one. I thought I would like this one, but I actually end up using this one the most. this 3.5 because that's usually what my patterns call for, or the patterns that I use. That's what what it calls for is this 3.5 millimeter or size E hook. So yeah, there's that. And what I would like to go over today, that's just a little bit of basic information. Some things you'll need, and of course yarn. Obviously yarn, if you're going to crochet or do any kind of fiber art, you'll need fibers to crochet. And I'm just putting everything back where I had it, so everything has a place. So what I would like to show you today, what I would like to show you today is, because I went over holding the yarn the last time, in tension. So what I'd like to show you today is how to start a chain, because the chain is the most simple stitch to learn. It's also it's the foundation for like most clothing. Now dolls, you'll use a different thing, but that's a little bit more advanced for beginners. Most people begin with straight stitches, or how my mom taught me was to just I just watched her and I'm like, Mom, can I do this? And she's like, sure. What I want you to do is make chains and then, take them out and make them again, to practice tension with. So that's what I'm showing you guys today. So in order to start the chain, what you'll need to do is, and this is how I make a slip knot. You make a slip knot however you feel comfortable doing it. But I just wrap the yarn around my hand like so. And I grab the shorter piece and tighten it up. And then once you've got your slip knot, you can pull on it and get it snug to the hook. Not too snug that the needle's not going to go through it, or the hook's not going to go through it. But what I want y'all to do, and I'll show you that again one more time. And see, the slip knot just comes out. That's what I find so amazing about the crochet process. It's one continuous piece of yarn, and there's endless possibilities on what you can make. So to start off, wrap your yarn around your 2 fingers, 3 fingers, whatever you prefer, right? It's just whatever you prefer. I'll do the 3. Well, no, it's not comfortable for me. So I'll just wrap it around your fingers. Make sure you have a long enough tail. And then kind of want to cross it, and then there's your slip knot. You just kind of pull your fingers out, and there's your slip knot. Then you just put your hook in, and however you choose to hold it, it's fine, because there's a plethora of different ways to reach the same goal, right? I mean, you don't have to crochet like me. I'm just showing you how I crochet, right? So you just want to make sure that your crochet hook, you're able to like move it back and forth like this, because essentially what you do is you grab the yarn and pull it through. So all the motion is in this hand. Grab the yarn and pull it through. 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 And if you notice, I'm twisting the hook and then pulling it through. And this is the part that you really want to practice is that twisting motion, because that's what's going to give you the most consistency. And as you can see, the stitches are fairly loose. The little V's are fairly loose. But when you're working a straight stitch, especially your beginning chain, some patterns may call for it to be loose, and some patterns may call for it to be tight. I've never known a pattern to call for it to be tight, but I'll show you some more. Okay, so you turn your hook, grab the yarn, pull it through, turn your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through, turn your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through, turn the hook, grab the yarn and pull it through. And just do that over and over until your tension. And see, you do get faster at this. The longer you do this, the faster you get. And it's all the motion is in your dominant hand. All the other hand is doing is holding the tension that you want on the yarn. And the more you practice it, the faster you will become. And even if you've been crocheting for years and years and years, you still, sometimes you do miss. It's just how that works. But more often than not, if you use that twisting motion, what you're essentially doing is wrapping the yarn around the hook. Now I'll do that one more time and then I'll end the video. So practice this, practice making slip knots, right? And then so what you do is you wrap it around your fingers, make an X, slip the shorter piece inside, taking care that it doesn't go all the way through, right? Because you don't want it to, you'll just make a knot in your yarn. And making a loop. Then you can tighten it on your hook. I generally leave a little bit of room in between the hook and the yarn. That way it's easier to pull through. And your starting chain, my starting chain's always a little bit looser than the rest of my stitches, just because that's just me. So you slide the needle through, turn your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through. Slide your needle, grab your yarn. Oh my goodness. Turn your hook, grab your yarn, pull it through. Turn the hook, grab the yarn and pull through. And the wonderful thing about crochet, even knit, is that if you mess up, if there's a stitch that you don't like, you can always frog it out, right? You can always go back and fix your mistake. All right, guys. That is it for today's video. I hope that you have learned something, a new skill. It's what I strive to do every day, is learn something new, right? And I love helping people and I love teaching people. So the next stitch that we will be working on will be the single crochet. This is foundation. The chain is the foundation for most wearables. They start out with chains. Um, we'll eventually get to working in the round, and I'll show you how to work in the round as well. But yeah, I want y'all to practice making chains till you can't stand it. That way, because it'll help you develop tension. And yeah, all right, guys, have a wonderful evening wherever in the world you are. Happy crocheting. Bye.